How to differentiate real honey from the fake ones. More than 3/4 of the honey sold in US grocery stores isn't exactly what the bees produce, according to testing done exclusively for Food Safety News. So how do you tell the difference between real honey and fake honey? The results show that the pollen frequently has been filtered out of products labeled honey. Honey without pollen isn't real honey. The removal of these microscopic particles from deep within a flower would make the nectar flunk the quality standards set by most of the world's food safety agencies. The food safety divisions of the World Health Organization, the European Commission and dozens of others also have ruled that without pollen there is no way to determine whether the honey came from legitimate and safe sources. In the US, the Food and Drug Administration says that any product that's been ultrafiltered and no longer contains pollen isn't honey. Why do some brands remove the pollen? Ultrafiltering is a high-tech procedure where honey is heated, sometimes watered down and then forced at high pressure through extremely small filters to remove pollen, which is the only foolproof sign for identifying the source of the honey. It is a spin-off of a technique refined by the Chinese, who have illegally dumped tons of their honey, some containing illegal antibiotics, on the US market for years. Brands without pollen. Professor Vaughn Bryant at Texas A&M University and one of the nation's premier Melissa palinologists, or investigators of pollen in honey, discovered that many brands of honey had very little amount or no pollen at all. So if you have to buy at major grocery chains, the analysis found that your odds are somewhat better of getting honey that wasn't ultrafiltered if you buy brands labeled as organic. Honey laundering is very real. Most beekeepers say traditional filtering used by most will catch bee parts, wax, debris from the hives and other visible contaminants, but will leave the pollen in place. Richard Addy, whose 80,000 hives in multiple states produce 7 million pounds of honey each year, told Food Safety News that honey has been valued by millions for centuries for its flavor and nutritional value, and that is precisely what is completely removed by the ultrafiltration process. There is only one reason to ultrafilter honey, and there's nothing good about it, he says. It's no secret to anyone in the business that the only reason all the pollen is filtered out is to hide where it initially came from, and the fact is that in almost all cases, that is China, Addy added. Even food scientists and honey specialists agree on the fact that pollen is the only foolproof fingerprint to a honey's source. Removing pollen is a bad idea. Removal of all pollen from honey makes no sense and is completely contrary to marketing the highest quality product possible. Mark Jensen, president of the American Honey Producers Association, told Food Safety News. I don't know of any US producer that would want to do that. Elimination of all pollen can only be achieved by ultrafiltering, and this filtration process does nothing but cost money and diminish the quality of the honey, Jensen said. In my judgment, it is pretty safe to assume that any ultrafiltered honey on store shelves is Chinese honey, and it's even safer to assume that it entered the country uninspected and in violation of federal law, he added. You can avoid purchasing adulterated honey by using the guideline above. Remember that in order to take most benefit of honey, you need to buy a pure one that still contains pollen. If you liked the video and found it informative and helpful, click the like button and subscribe to my channel for new videos daily. Don't forget to press the bell icon to be notified whenever I publish a new video. Share on your social networks to help others benefit from it too. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.